Tina Nachitende. I'm here with a group of women lawyers of the women in Uganda, especially the Muslim women. We are petitioning for operationalization and formalization of Qadhi's courts in Uganda. The Qadhi's courts are the Islamic adjudication courts that are set up by the Muslims to adjudicate over Muslim personal laws. These courts are provided for under Article 129 of the Constitution, and they are placed under the justice system of Uganda. But since the enactment of the 1995 Constitution, these courts have never been operationalized formally, and they are running informally with a lot of mischiefs and informalities and injustices that are ongoing. So we really hope that this petition, the Qadhi's courts are operating. They are operating right now, but informally. And as a result of that, women are facing so many issues with the informality that is ongoing. First of all, on the adjudication panel, there is no women representatives. And we feel like some matters are best handled and heard by the women, because reflecting back to our religion, the Prophet, peace be upon him, when matters were brought to him by women and there were things pertaining only women, he used to send them to Aisha radiallahu anha. But in now of the informality of these courts is that women have decided to run away from the courts. They are choosing to just handle their things, to take the matters, the Muslim personal law matters in their hands. When we talk of Muslim personal law, we mean matters of marriage, divorce, inheritance, maintenance of children, and all that. The execution bit is hard. You get a ruling in your favor and you cannot execute it because they are not formalized. And we have our counterparts in Kenya. They are already operating under the Qadhi's courts. It is very formal. They are at the level of magistrates courts. They are under the government. They are under the state. They are employed. Their employees are under the state. It is properly managed. They have regulations. They have procedure, and everything is good. Why can't we borrow from them? Why can't we borrow a leaf from them and bring it back home and see that these courts are operationalized, to see that women's affairs are handled? It's a unique law. It's a unique law, and it pertains the Islamic rulings. And these courts that we have here, the judges and the lawyers, they don't know about the Muslim personal law. We have different grounds of divorce. We have, for example, in custody, we have different rulings as to which parent should take custody of the child and all that. So we believe that these matters, succession rules are also different. We believe that these matters, being religious and spiritual matters, they deserve to be handled by people who are most suited, who have the knowledge, in Muslim personal law. And that one is lacking in these in the ordinary courts that we have. That is why the framers of the Constitution, I think, they were alive to that fact. That is why they provided for the Qadhi's courts in their system, because they knew that Muslim personal law is a kind of unique law that cannot just be handled in our ordinary courts. That is why in our petition we do seek that these courts these courts are properly placed in the justice system of Uganda, so that even those matters can properly be addressed and they have the formality that they deserve. We know that Muslims believe that this is a spiritual calling. We all believe that if we are best judged by our Islamic principles, the Quran, the traditions of our Prophet, we know that we are undergoing a spiritual calling. So we don't expect that there will be chaos, because Muslims have always pledged to do that. Muslims have always cried to see that we have the Qadhi's courts formally operating, properly aligned, well regulated. That is the only thing that is missing in our courts. Otherwise, they would be very glad. We have talked to a team of women. They always complain to our NGO, and we promise that we shall raise the voices. We are not against the operationalization or the operation of Qadhi's courts. We just want them to be streamlined. We want them to be formal. We want the decisions that come from the Qadhi's courts to be recognized in these courts, not to be appealed against on grounds of lack of jurisdiction, and yet even the Constitution of Uganda itself is in support and it provides for them. That is all that we are fighting for. We are not against their operationalization. We just want order there. We just want the women to get justice, the justice that they deserve in those courts. We want to have a feel of their existence. That is what we wish for.